right, so welcome. I've never done one of these before, so we're gonna see how this goes. So today we had the first episode of the sixth season of My Little Pony, and I liked it fairly well. Before I go like bagging on the thing this video is meant to bag on, or question, I should say, maybe not bag. Uh, we're gonna have like just the parts I liked, so I don't get shit on by the fandom. So we had Starlight is now apparently Celestia's pupil, not Celestia's, Twilight's pupil. This is cool, kind of like Twilight actually doing something with her princessness, which we've like people. It just seems to come up whenever the writers want it to come up. It doesn't. It's not like a consistent thing. Like she'll just wander around and then they'll be like, oh, they won't even mention she's a princess. It's really weird. She has very few princess duties. The cutie map, all of the, and I do mean the map itself, not the episode, seemed to help with this a little bit, but especially like season 4, it was just awful. Season 5 was better, and now season 6 looks to do even better with that. So hats off, good job there. There was a lot of continuity in this episode. That was the other really good thing. You had there was if you go to the My Little Pony Reddit, I think they have a post up there that's the discussion, and the number one comment is continuity. But I mean, you had Spike telling the story about how he's famous in the Crystal Empire. You have, I mean, the baby is the most obvious, glaring continuity. Everything to do with Starlight, all of that. Um, I mean, yeah. So good, and of course, the Crystal Empire is technically continuous, I suppose, from season 3 premiere. But all of that aside, we're gonna move on to the point here. So the main six get there to see the baby, and Shining Armor's just a mess, which was hilarious. But so they get there and they realize the baby's an Alicorn. They apparently had not known this previously. So you then get the following few lines, and I'm not going to play the episode because I don't want to get C indeed, because that would suck. So I'm just going to read off the lines they say. It's only like 5 lines. So Twilight says, "The baby is an Alicorn? But I thought Alicorn wings had to be earned by accomplishing a princess-worthy deed." Yeah, how can you just be born with them? The birth of an Alicorn is something Equestria has never seen. It is beyond even our understanding. And Fluttershy says, "Fuck!" So, this is weird, okay? Because even with the Journal of the Two Sisters, they are always Alicorns in that book. They don't have their cutie marks. I have not read the book. I read the Wikipedia page, ordered the book just before I made this. So if I fuck something up, please comment down below and tell me. But continuing on. So for all we know, Celestia and Luna have always been Alicorns. So this seems really, really weird. They've never an Alicorn was never born in Equestria before. They weren't born in Equestria. That seems reasonable. So I mean, it could just be, and this is my favorite pet theory, is Celestia is just trolling away and making life harder for Twilight. There's evidence in this episode and other places that Celestia's just trolling the shit out of Twilight, and so it doesn't seem unlikely that she would be trolling her here. So here's some evidence for that. Move to top. You get this. Look at this. So you get Starlight and her buddy come back and they're like, "Oh, we can fix it. We can save the heart." And Celestia just gives Luna this look, and Luna's like just giving her the side eye. Look at that smile. That is the smile of someone who knew what the hell was going to happen. But basically, so Celestia and Luna like the entire time could fix it all, and just don't because they want Twilight to fix it. And I don't know. I don't know if like the Celestia is God thing is still alive. Maybe that died long ago in like the finale to season 2. Anthony C would sure say so, but regardless, we're gonna at least maybe think that's possible. So now that we've got that out of the way, we're gonna pretend that, or at least think that maybe that's not true. Maybe Celestia doesn't really know anything about this. So, if Alicorn wings always have to be earned, at least according to this, that means Celestia and Luna were not, always Alicorns. This seems very, really weird, especially given the lore we know. Why are they Alicorns now? Who gave them their Alicorn powers? Another Alicorn? This is sort of this falls into the sort of unmoved mover argument you get in religious philosophy, where it's like, well, this moved this and this moved this and this moved this, but where's the stopping point? I guess that's whatever. Where's the stopping point? You can't go back forever. You can't have an infinite regression of alicorns. There had to be like something that made alicorns. Was there just some alicorn once that appeared when the world was made, and it's made other alicorns since then? Are Celestia and Luna the original alicorns? I don't know. So we have that whole thing. I think I'll continue that thought a little bit later. It's later. So if you don't need an alicorn to ascend to Alicorn. Yeah. If you don't need an Alicorn to ascend to Alicorn, does that mean that like exceptionally powerful unicorns can cause like Alicorn ascendance, I guess I'll call it? If not, can you get like could Discord ascend someone to an Alicorn? Or any other, sufficiently powerful T-Rex, maybe. I don't know why T-Rex would ascend any pony to an Alicorn, but hey, maybe it's possible. But that seems really weird. You would think then that, like, they would make armies of Alicorns before Equestria. Okay, so if Discord or T-Rex can make Alicorns, or let's go with the exceptionally powerful unicorns can make alicorns. Does that mean they can like self-ascend, or is it like a target spell and you can't like cast it on yourself? I don't know. That like you would think that someone would get sufficiently powerful to self-ascend, so that doesn't seem like it can be true. Or we just have random alicorns popping out of nowhere. And then the other thing is, if they could self-ascend, Celestia could have just waited for Twilight to become sufficiently powerful, and then had Twilight self-ascend, and she could have, play a little bit more hands-off, which seems to be her style. If they can be born to non-alicorns, which I don't think seems the case, but if they could, then why haven't they been? Okay, it seems like an incredible coincidence to have an alicorn born to an alicorn if they weren't like somehow if it wasn't a genetic thing. I think it has to be a genetic thing. I mean, even in the Cakes episode, he's like, whatever it was, but like my cousin was a Pegasus, and whoever was a unicorn. My aunt wasn't a unicorn. I forget. My aunt's twice removed. Anyways, so there's clearly some blood there, and I mean, I guess Celestine and Luna aren't married and having kids. Maybe that's why there's never been an Alicorn baby before. I don't know. The other thing, of course, is that if Celestia and Luna were born alicorns, maybe to non-alicorns, they wouldn't remember it, right? And it probably wouldn't be like, scientifically testable. You need like the repeating. You need to be able to repeat the experiment, and you wouldn't be able to do that real easy. This is the repeating of the experiment. This episode is the very beginning, so maybe we're seeing some of that, and that could be cool, but. Seems really weird that they even had this line in there. It just seems to like throw the lore off, through the fandom a curveball, certainly. So for now, I'm just going to assume Celestia's a troll and is just like blatantly lying, because she seems to do that a lot, as she even in this episode and other places. So we'll see. In closing, Princess Trollestia is always the solution. Thank you for watching. Maybe I'll do one of these again. We'll see. Have a good one.